Hello and welcome to Hong Kong and Beyond. And today we are recasting the classics with Leon and Caleb once again. But we also have a special guest today. We have Gareth Smith with us. Say hi, Gareth.
Hey up, you all right?
And of course, my brother Caleb. Say hi, Caleb.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, well, we got an interesting one this time because we're following the theme of the tournament martial art film. But this time we're looking at an early 80s Jackie Chan classic, The Big Brawl, also known as Battle Creek Brawl. Now, we went back and forth with the list because there's so many characters that all of us wanted to do, but we thought with there being 3 of us in there, we're going to have to narrow it down a little bit. So we got 6 of the main characters in there, and we hope that you guys all enjoy this episode. I know it's going to be a fun one, so stick with us because you want to find out who our number 1 picks are going to be at the end. Right, so to set the ball rolling, I'll jump in first, and I'm going with Ligeti, or we're going with Ligeti first, who was played by Ron Max in the original. So I thought, I want somebody that does Sinister quite well. You know, somebody that you can believe is a bit of a gangster and that's got a bit of a threatening presence there. And I thought, you know what? I had a little look around. I was looking at Italian actors and stuff, and I thought, well, actually, I'm going to go a little bit left field here. I'm going to pick somebody that most people might know from TV rather than film, but he's been in films. And I'm going with, if I pronounce it right, David Bariano. You with me there, Angel?
That sounds familiar. I can't put a face to the name, though.
Do you ever see Buffy the Vampire Slayer? No,
not really.
Oh,
I've seen some of it, but I'm not very familiar with it.
Okay, he did another program called Bones. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I've heard of Bones.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in
That's
Bones.
another also crime TV show. I just can't put a face to the name. And the name doesn't jump out to me.
Well, I'll put pictures up for everybody to see. He was in one of the Crow films. I'm not sure whether it was 3 or 4, but he was the villain in one of those. And he's been in some horror movies like Valentine. But anyway, he can do evil pretty good. When he used to do Angelus rather than Angel, which was the evil version of Vampire and Buffy, he was absolutely bang on. So I thought he would make a good gangster. And he was my pick for Ligeti. So, Caleb, I'm going to pass over the torch to you, and then you can pass it on to Gareth afterwards. Away you go.
Yeah, sounds good. So for Ron Benario. I just looked him up. I do know who that is. I couldn't put the face. I couldn't put the face. Yeah, I do know him. That's a good choice though. I like that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I do like that. That's good. Ligeti. For me, I was actually thinking of it. I was approaching this one as more of a like trying to find someone who is a martial artist because in the film we do get to see Ligeti like fight Jackie with knives and stuff like that, with switchblades more specifically. But that sequence, I actually really like that sequence in Battle Creek Brawl where he's fighting him in the theater and fighting all the henchmen. That's probably one of my favorite scenes. Because it's just cool seeing Jackie like get angry and just kind of wail on everybody. That was really fun. And so, but whenever he gets to fight Ligeti, like towards the end, I was kind of like, oh, it could have been a lot cooler. The scene itself was cool already, but I think it probably would have been really cool if they maybe made the whole sequence with him and Ligeti a little more intricate. So I actually was kind of thinking of a martial artist that could play the part instead of just an actor. So I went with Elaine Moosey, who's a Canadian actor. We know him from the Kickboxer remakes. He plays new Kurt Sloan. Very talented martial artist. He's not a bad actor either. I think he'd be a good fit for that. He looks like he can play the part.
That's a good pick. No, I feel a bit shamefaced. Go on, Gareth. Drive the nails in the coffin.
I've got a similar mindset. It was actually the hardest one for me to cast. I thought Ligeti comes across a bit Weasley, bit of a ratty sort of sneaky character, and then it's that fight scene in the theatre. I thought that's a really underrated fight. That's a really cool setting. That he sat there with the knives. Jackie takes him on. With no weapons. It's pretty powerful and angry. It's pretty similar to like an American fight where Jackie's power, his upper body power, it's a bit similar to Bruce Lee. I felt like it's the same people did Enter the Dragon. And my logic was, I need someone like I think he's Italian, but I thought he's a good actor. He can actually fight as well, and it was the whole fight scene. I thought I need someone that can fight with who I've got for the main cast. And I see him in a lot of films, Marvel. He's in all sorts. He's so recognisable. And he was in that sci-fi film with Iko Uwais as well, with Skyline, and I went instantly for Frank Grillo.
Oh,
I like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good choice as well.
Yeah, he's really
He's got a rugged look, but if you clean him shave, clean shaven, I think he can pull off that snidey, sneaky, dirty
good.
The little rat character, but he can fight as well. And that little one scene where I think he could really pull it off. And after it was bugging my brains to think and I could not think. And then I thought Frank, because he could fight.
If this is the pick that you're worried about, I can't wait to see what's to come. That's a juicy pick. I mean, he's good. He was in Tulsa King as well, wasn't he, recently? And he was good in that.
It. I want to watch Tulsa King, but that's my next binge.
Excellent. Okay, we'll lead into number 2 then, which is Dominici. Is that how we pronounce it?
Dominici.
Oh, I'm not good with my Italian. I'm not good with my any pronunciations, but he was played by Jose Ferreira in the original. So I thought, okay, we're going to want an older gentleman in this role. We can't be going with somebody that's younger. He's got to feel like he's the head of a family and be convincing. But I thought I want somebody that's not just convincing as being older and the head of a family, but somebody that's got some gravitas, a little bit of acting, some strong acting background and a bit of presence. And I did quite a bit of digging on this. I went back and forth, and I thought, is this guy still alive? And he's still alive. And I remember him a long, long time ago being in a film with Antonio Banderas, the Mambo Kings. I really liked him in that. And he also turned up in Stallone's Judge Dredd as his villainous brother, and it is Orman Asante.
Oh,
and I thought I was quite pleased with that, actually. Out of all the ones that I got, I was really pleased with him. I thought, I could really see him in this role. I think he would have the necessary tools on his tool belt to pull off Dominici. So that's my Dominici. Caleb, what are you going to raise me?
Yeah, that was a good one. I really love Armand Assante in the Odyssey. I don't know if you've seen the Odyssey that he did.
I have. I like that. Greek mythology.
Cool. Yeah, it was like a TV special, something like that. I remember watching that when I was in school because we were doing like this whole thing on a Greek mythology, and so my teacher showed us the Odyssey, and I just loved it. I thought it was very, very good, and he's excellent in that movie as well. But so for Dominici, this is probably a really obvious choice once I name the actor, but with this character and with a couple other characters that are in the movie, the movie is like very like mafia heavy and stuff like that, and so for this one, probably a pretty obvious choice. But for Dominici, I went with the man Robert De Niro. So it's really
nothing wrong with obvious.
Yeah, no, for me, that's like I couldn't think of anybody better to kind of like play like the mobster part. It's got to be De Niro.
Good choice. I like Bob. I mean, who doesn't like Bob? And he's got buckets and oodles of charisma.
Yeah.
Okay, take it away, Gareth. Let's see what you've got in the.
I thought rewatching the film overnight, and I thought I saw an actor, and I thought he's quite charismatic, and he comes across as quite a likable character in a way, a bit redeeming, even though he's a gangster, a villain. He does a few shady things. And I had a list. I had about half a dozen people, and I thought, who am I going to pick? And it wasn't until I thought, like in the middle of my list, I went, because I think of the character being so charismatic, and he was a bit likable. And this actor I picked, I thought, I don't think he's Italian, but he'll pull it off. And he's getting on in age now, and I like him in anything he's in. And I went with Bryan Cranston.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
I think
my goodness.
He's got a charm about him being, and I never watched Breaking Bad fully, but he's got a villainous side he can portray well. But then you look at his daft goofy role as Malcolm, the dad in Malcolm in Middle, and his other stuff he can do. He's got such a varied way, and I just thought that character is quite complex because he's got a few varied emotions and traits about him. And I thought, well, Brian suits that to a T.
Yeah, Brian, he's good.
That was my logic behind it. I had a few others, but yeah, and I went, yeah, I'll settle with Bryan Cranston.
He's such a versatile actor too, isn't he? I think, Caleb, didn't we pick Brian for something else?
Yeah,
in one of the earlier ones.
Yeah, when we did Enter the Dragon, you picked him for I think it was Braithwaite.
Oh, so, yeah. I remember that.
That's okay. He's going to get lots of work courtesy of us guys. So, Brian, if you want to thank us all, send a little bit of money this way. We'll be happy to receive that.
Yeah.
Like he's ever going to see this.
Hey, you might never know.
Yeah, he might be an Asian movie fan. What do we know?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Uncle Herbert, and this is a bit of a tricky one, isn't it? Because how do you cast Mako? I mean, Mako's like a character so larger than life, and even the roles he's done, you know. I just thought of him, and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to be able to do like for like here with Mako. I thought I'm going to need somebody that's going to fit my Jerry Kwan the way that Mako fit Jackie Chan. So it might work. I don't know if it does work, but I've seen him in a teacher role in Vampire Cleanup Department, and I thought, actually, he's really good at doing the teacher role, and it's Chin Soo Ho. And I thought, yeah, Chin Soo Ho, he's going to be my Uncle Herbert. I thought he'd be good as a grumpy instructor, and also he's got the cheeky side of him. So when he's sneaking off for his little bit of bedroom action, I thought, yeah, Chin Soo Ho completely can sell me on that. And yeah, I would love to see him, you know, take the reins on that. And yeah, Chin Soo Ho in my remake of Battle Creek Brawl is going to be doing Uncle Herbert. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? Sounds all shades of wrong. Okay, quickly dig me out of that hole, Caleb, and give us your Uncle Herbert.
Oh man, I gotta say, Chin Soo Ho is excellent choice. He's incredible. I love him in pretty much everything he does. I love him in Fist of Legend. Jet Li's character aside, he's probably the second best character in that movie. Yeah, very capable martial artist too. Really talented guy. I like him a lot. That's a good choice. For my Uncle Herbert, I thought I would have a hard time with this character, but I actually didn't. An actor came to mind fairly quickly for this one. So, so for Uncle Herbert, I went with Roger Ewan, who people may not recognize his name, but he has appeared in a lot of movies, namely Shanghai Noon with Jackie Chan. He played Lo Fong, the main villain. He was the Sifu in Paper Tigers. He appeared in John Wick 3. He's a really good martial artist, and
fantastic haircut as well. Just like to say,
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. I just seeing the movie and then kind of seeing Jackie's character and Mako's character just playing off of each other. I just saw Roger Ewan right there. It just clicked to me, and so I was like, that's my Uncle Herbert right there.
I quite like that, and there's a tie-in here as well because Roger Ewan was actually in Angel TV show.
Oh, okay.
So that's nice. We're getting work for the cast of Angel again. I mean, we're so generous. Okay, Gareth, let's have your Uncle Herbert. I can't wait for this one.
Well, this is the one I changed because we've shortened the list. So my original pick, when we had a longer list, I was originally going to pick Jet Li.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking he'd be suitable for all. He's bald. He can play a stern, but also a soft side. He's got that bit of what Mako has. I thought Mako were perfect to be Uncle Herbert in that film, and especially with Jackie. They complement each other, with Jackie being goofy and soft, and he were quite stern and tough. And no, we also had that cheeky soft side, obviously, when he sneaks off, telling him and Nancy to stop playing with each other, and then he's getting it on with Big Lassie, back at the shop and what have you. So I thought Jet Li could have that bit of comedy about him, and he's played stern characters.
This is true.
So he was my original pick, and then when we shortened it down because my pick was somebody else, and my pick for Uncle Herbert was going to be the dad in the film, and he's got to be in this film one way or another. And I know Paul Dre's going to watch this and be disappointed. So I've played it safe, and I said Jackie Chan's got to play Herbert Kwan. He's got to be in it. He's got to be in it. It'd be a disservice to him not being in this film, won't we? So originally I had Jackie Chan playing the dad because I could see him being back at the kitchen, giving him a good bollocking. You can't do that. He'd be again a bit stern, but also a bit comedic side. But he's got his little bit role in the film, but he's not taking up too much time in the film. But since we do a shorter list, I thought, nah, I've got to bump Jackie up. He's got to be in this list. And Jackie could play Mako as well as any other character, really.
I think so. He's definitely, got the acting ability to take on any role these days. I'd love to see him do some more dramatic stuff now.
The Foreigner's coming out here on Blu-ray soon, and
Dazzler Media.
He's amazing in that. That is superb of a film. And I wish we could see more dramatic roles. I think there's a new Hong Kong film of his coming out with Tony Leung Ka-fai. That seems really grim and dark, and I can't remember the title of the film now, but that's got my interest. I like to see Jackie in more darker films.
Yeah, I do. Shinjuku Incident's one of my favourites. I absolutely love that one.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to move on now to the main antagonist of the film, which is Billy Kiss, who was played by H.B. Haggerty. He was one of my main bugbears in the original Big Brawl. I just didn't think he was enough of a menace to Jackie Chan. I mean, I enjoyed the film, I really do, but I would like to have seen somebody a little bit more threatening looking. But I guess they got it kind of right for the time, because he does look that period with the mustache and everything. So I thought, I want somebody that looks really, really solid and scary for my version. I want to add up the ante a little bit, so it feels like he can get destroyed by this person. I wanted to shorten the age gap between Jerry and Billy Kiss, because I thought there was a bit too much of an age gap. Because Jackie was like young 20s, and H.B. Haggerty looked like he was, I don't know, heading towards retirement to me at the time. So I'm like, this doesn't fit. So for me, Eddie Hall. And I know he's not going to say an actor, but yeah, I'd love to see that strongman guy. I mean, he's proven he can fight. He's been in some UFC fights, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's just done a cage fight. I've seen him fighting off two guys. He's a
And Mariusz Pudanowski really did a number on him, didn't he? He's like, oh Christ, somebody stop that quick. So yeah, for me, he's got that fear factor, which I would like to see in the film. Somebody that you think, oh my God, he's really got to get past this guy.
He was an expendable four, wasn't he, as a lackey? So
yeah, he was. Yeah, he got tossed over, didn't he? By
Jason Statham.
Thrown over. Yeah.
For Americans, if you say tossed off in America, it's like different meaning over here.
Yes, I know. Be careful. Yeah, nobody wants to see that happen to Eddie Hall, especially not in a Jackie Chan film remake.
And with the wrestling theme of this, if you hear good old JR, like with Mick Foley in 98, he got tossed off the cell. Well, like, what happened to him?
Yeah. I just always think back to the Two Towers with Gimli when he says to Aragorn, "Toss me." When he's talking about throwing him over to the bridge. I'm like, is that really appropriate now, Gimli? Is it really appropriate at this point? Anyway, sidestepping that conversation, Caleb, you're going to have to dig us out the shit again with that one. Who do you have for your Billy Kiss?
Yeah, naturally for Billy Kiss, I had to go with a professional wrestler once again. It's really no question that you got to go with you got to go with one for this kind of movie, because the movie itself, like Battle Creek Brawl, is. I've heard some people joke about it before, and I mean, it is true with this movie. It's really just Jackie Chan versus a bunch of professional wrestlers, because everybody is like really just Jackie is like very undersized in this movie. Like and I say that as in, you know, everyone else that competes in the brawl is just enormous compared to him. So so yeah, of course I had to go with a big professional wrestler, and this one actually just made his return to WWE. So I went with Rusev to play Billy Kiss. He's
right.
yeah, he's a big intimidating guy. He can fight too. You know, he is a pro wrestler, but he also does have some real like combat experience and stuff like that. So I think he would fit the role very nicely. So yeah, for my Billy Kiss, I got Rusev.
I like that.
I can see Gareth approves of that. I'm not so well. I don't know wrestling at all, so I'm gonna have to look that up. But when I looked up the last wrestler you said about, I thought, yeah, good pick. So I dare say I will think the same on this one. So Gareth, Billy Kiss, who should it be?
This is where I'm like, yeah, this is why I wanted to do this, because the wrestling connection. I'm thinking, yeah, this is brilliant, because I love the all. It's great carnival. Battle Creek Brawl, big brawl. It's professional wrestling in it. It's art. It's carny. It's a showmanship. That's why Billy Kiss is perfect, because he's just a carnival athlete with the robe, the mustache. It's professional wrestling. It's showmanship. And yeah, with Billy Kiss, I thought there's a list, and Rusev was on my list. When he came, I went, yeah, he's not who I picked. He's on my list of wrestlers. I thought, I've got a list. Damn, I'm gonna have fun with this. And I thought, not to typecast Billy Kiss as bald and old. No, I wanted someone a bit younger. I wanted someone a bit different. Someone who's big and menacing, but also ain't gonna look like he's gonna. I know Jackie in Battle Creek Brawl that's the whole point. He's the underdog. He's got all these giants to slay. Pro wrestling's good for having little people overcome the giants. Rey Mysterio is one person. Is the biggest little underdog in WWE wrestling history. So that's my mentality. Jerry Kwan's Rey Mysterio. He's got to slay the giants. I've got a couple in mind, and I had one instantly, but I thought he don't act, and the person himself probably won't get out of bed to do this. And I thought he won't. So that person would have been Brock Lesnar. That's not my pick.
Okay. Yeah,
MMA fight, UFC champion. I thought, nah, he won't get out of bed to do that. He would probably want to entertain it. He's too happy hunting and killing animals in his forest in Canada. So, but no, and I thought, there's a lot of great wrestlers that are actors, and I thought one's just made his acting debut, and it was alongside Scott Adkins in Dave Bautista's film, and I went, yeah. And I think of Kiss, Billy Kiss. Well, this guy's got something called the Glasgow Kiss. That's the right nut to head, is that? And I thought, yeah, Drew McIntyre is my pick for Billy Kiss. He's big, he's entertaining. He's been absolutely brilliant on WWE the past 18 months. He's been the highlight of the product. I saw him live in Glasgow last year for Clash at Castle. Yeah, he's got it. He's got that. Yeah, Drew McIntyre's my pick for Billy Kiss. Just the right big bloke for the actor, for Jerry Kwan to be. I thought, yeah, it's got to be Drew McIntyre. And he's probably making some other films on the way now. He's getting cast for stuff. So, yeah, it's got to be big Drew McIntyre for this.
Yeah,
that sounds good. I'm going to be looking up these afterwards. Obviously I have to, but no, they sound good. I always like it when you introduce me to something new. It's fantastic for me because I need to broaden my horizons a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I actually met Drew McIntyre. When was that? That was back in 2018. I met him. Excuse me. I met him at met him like before WrestleMania 30. That was 34 that year in New Orleans, which is a few hours. Yeah, it was. New
Nice.
Orleans is a few hours from where I live, and my wife and I were just getting married, and so we decided to. It was kind of our honeymoon, sort of, to take a trip to New Orleans, go to WrestleMania. We went to NXT Takeover the night before, which was great.
Oh,
But
that 2018 takeover,
yeah,
that's superb. I
yeah,
like the match at the beginning and Ciampa and Gargano at main event. That's
yeah,
of the show. Is that?
yeah, and but yeah, like that first night we got there, we went to WrestleMania Access for Leon. That's basically like a convention just for pro
Yeah.
wrestling. And yeah, and we get to meet a lot of people, watch some matches and stuff like that. But Drew, I met Drew at the time, and he's a super nice guy. It was really fun.
Brilliant. I nearly met him
Cool.
the year before when he were on Indie Scene before he rejoined WWE in 2017. Yeah, I think he were wrestling for a Scottish promotion called ICW, and they were actually in Leeds. And I was going to go to the show, but then work came about on weekend, and I was too late for the show. And I had the meet and greet. I was going to meet him at least 2 weeks before he rejoined WWE on site, so I missed out on meeting him in person in that meet and greet format. But I've seen him on and off throughout years. He's brilliant. He's absolute laugh. Live events. He is.
That's what you want, isn't it? Somebody with charisma, you know, a crowd pleaser for sure. Okay, and then we come to the only female character that we've got on our list. So this is going to be curious because when you've only got one to pick in there, you want to pick a good one, don't you? The actress originally was Christine DeBell, who played Nancy, and I took a long, hard look at her, and I thought, well, she's not what I think of as your typical beauty. She's got some like girl next door charm to her.
Yeah.
And a little bit of cutesy sort of character and a bit more of a roundy face than you normally have. So it seemed at the time to me, seemed like, well, this is an odd pick for Jackie, you know, to pair him off against her. But when you get used to it throughout the film, you think, yeah, okay, it kind of fits because she's like cheeky and sort of smiley and he's funny. I thought, oh, I want somebody that represents that now. So I threw away all my super top glam actresses that I could think of. I thought, because that's not going to work as well. You want somebody a bit more homely. And who I came up with was Chloe Grace Moretz.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I thought she's got a similar sort of quality, a similar look to her. And she can act, as we've all seen. She's still quite young. Because one of my main concerns was getting the age groups right. And I find it so hard these days because a lot of people aren't starting their careers to like the mid-30s and whatnot. So it's really hard to find the young actors. So that's why I kind of bumped up the age of some of my characters and reduced the age of the others to try and get it more of an equal match. And yeah, also I did think about how she would look alongside my Jerry. Like, could I see these two romantically? Does she look paired up with him? And is the age match a good fit? So because my Jerry is like a few years older than her, and he's substantially bigger than her, thankfully, I thought that makes a match. So it's Chloe Grace Moretz, or I don't know how you pronounce that name. How do you pronounce it?
Moretz, I think her surname is.
Mortez. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like her. You know, I've liked her ever since she was in that vampire film. I think it was Let Me In, the Hammer movie, and you know, she's grown into quite a fine actress. So that's my Nancy. Caleb, who is your Nancy?
Yeah, Nancy. This was the hardest one for me to pick, but yeah, with some of these characters, I was having a really hard time with like who to go with. I don't really know what it was. This was just very challenging for me, and it kind of got to a point where, like, for Nancy, I was just thinking, you know what, just pick somebody, just throw an actress in there, and so I just kind of started just digging through everything I've seen and just trying to decide on somebody. And the actress I actually settled on, like, after I went with her, I was like, you know what, I'm happy with that. I like her. So and and considering who I picked for Jerry Quan, it isn't too big of an age gap. There's probably like a 2-year difference, and so for Nancy, I went with Ashley Greene, who mainly is mainly known for the Twilight movies. I'm not a fan of those, but she is in those movies, and that I think that would probably be what most people know her for. But she was also in Accident Man with Scott Adkins, and she was in One Shot, also with Scott Adkins. She was the voice of Batgirl, and I think it was Batman Arkham Knight. It was one of the Batman Arkham video games, but she was the voice of Batgirl in one of those. But yeah, afterwards I was like, you know what? I'm glad I settled on her because I like her a lot. She's really talented. So yeah, it may have been that may have been like a haphazard choice, but I'm satisfied with it.
See, there we go. It's out the closet now, everybody. Caleb, a closet Twilight fan. He may try and deny it, but he's just let everybody know. Thank you, Caleb.
Well,
and look at me. I'm so disgusting with my glittery body. Oh, shit. Now everybody knows I've seen it.
Yeah.
I never watched them. I'm not guilty. I've never watched a Twilight film in my life. Didn't interest me.
Make a choice.
I really only saw the first one, not by choice. I want to make that very clear. I was forced to watch it.
You need to move the camera. Your Twilight poster showing in the side there.
Yeah, my wife was a fan of it, like when she was younger. Like she's told me she was a big fan of it back in the day, like most kids were at the time. So yeah, it's just
women were Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, just the era. It's just the era that I grew up in.
No worries. Okay, Gareth, who is your Nancy?
I didn't have to think too hard. This was quite easy.
Oh.
I went for the same logic. I've spoken to the original actress on Twitter, Karen Neville. Yeah. A couple of comments. She was chatting to fans, and I asked about Jackie Chan, and she said he was a really sweet, lovely guy to work with. Oh, that's pretty cool. I think that was last year at some point. And and I thought Nancy does have that girl next door vibe about her. And I thought there's a lot of attractive women, but I thought my logical brain was a girl next door type. She's got to be around the same age as the lead, as Jerry Kwan, so 20s. And I thought straight away, and I thought of Stranger Things. I went, I know exactly who I need this to be. And it's Sadie Sink. The ginger lass.
The ginger
lass. I went instantly. I've seen some photos of her recently, and she's got her hair down. And I went, no, bang on, Sadie, without a doubt.
Oh, nice.
And I thought she'd be perfect. She's got because like Nancy comes across as, she's a sweet lass. She looks after him. She's concerned. But if you're gonna update it, she's got that quality about her. And however to be modernised, Sadie can pull that off to a T. And I just thought of Sadie Sink straight away. I didn't have to think. Part of me thought of Millie Bobby Brown, but I thought, nah, that's a bit. I think Millie's a bit
too pretty. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought,
I like that.
Sadie Sink straight away. I went, that's exactly. She's like the perfect girl next door. And
how old is she now?
Got to be mid-20s.
Mid-20s, I think they all are, aren't they? And they're still playing.
I think they're all mid-20s now. I think they're all 15 when they started.
For some reason, I've got Kate Bush going through my head now. Running up that hill. Come on, guys, let's all sing it.
Oh, I don't remember that.
No.
I do now. Now you got it. Yeah. I do. Yeah,
that's a great scene. That was a great scene, wasn't it? I do love Stranger Things. I love all that retro nostalgia that you get in there.
Final series coming out this year at long last.
I know. Be good to get it paid and finished. I love it when it's got an ending. When you know you've got a plan and you can finish it up. But yeah, I like that. I like this choice of Sadie. Actually, that's a good choice. Now I've gone really left field. I've got to admit, I've gone stupidly left field, and I'm looking at it now and I'm kind of cringing because I think I've looked at this choice as like a business sort of choice. Yeah, I'm thinking about money and roping in audience. And if you've, well, anybody out there that's watching, if you've seen our channel and watched for a long time, you have seen that we've covered a lot of the Mirror stuff, the group, the boy band in Hong Kong. We've actually seen them live as well. Saw them up in Manchester, which actually surprised me because I didn't think it would be my thing. And I was there with Shaz and absolutely loved it. And I was getting everybody's reactions because, you know, a lot of the people wanted to speak to me in Shaz because they were like, "Oh, you're here to see Mirror?" I'm like, "Yeah." I think we might have been the only two, you know, Caucasian people there, or at least if there was more, we couldn't see them. But it was nice. Everybody was so welcoming. They wanted to know who our favorites were, what our favorite songs were. And I was listening to the girls' reaction when every one of the members had their own solo bit. And holy hell, when this one guy from the group came on, the women went mental. And even when I spoke to people online, I won't embarrass them now, but there are people in companies that have mentioned this guy as well. And I thought, yeah, he's got the physique. He's the biggest probably and the oldest one out of Mirror, and he's called Stanley Yao. And I thought I'm picking Stanley Yao because I know these guys are kind of new, you know, when it comes to films, but they've been doing films. They got a huge, phenomenal following. And I think a breakout role like that for him, if you've got the right choreographer, because these days it's all about your choreographer, isn't it? If you get a good choreographer and you get a good actor that's committed to the cause, then you can have like really, really good results. And he has the look there. And having him under Chin Soo Ho and opposite my Chloe Grace, I thought, yeah, for me, that whole picture, once I've put the jigsaw together, for me, it works. Now, it's going to be interesting to get the feedback on this video and see how many people out there think I've gone completely and utterly insane and just thought unsub, unsub, unsub. But I think if a few people actually sit down and think about this and you know, put all those faces down on one collage and have a look at them with the name stuff, I think they might go, you know, actually, maybe you're not crazy, Leon. You know, that could work, but proof's in the pudding, isn't it? And yeah, let us know, everybody. You know, you've got 3 different lists here, so you've got a good choice to pick from. Let us know whose choices you like from which list, or which single list you prefer, or what your list is. And but before you do that, you need to hear out the end here because you're going to get 2 solid picks now. I promise you're going to get 2 solid picks. And before we finish with the picks, I'm passing you over to Caleb, and he's going to give you his Jerry Quan, which I guarantee will be better than mine. And then we're going to finish off with Gareth's, which I'm also very excited about, as Gareth is the guy that got this one happening. He brought it to the table for us.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Caleb.
Yeah. The thing with mine is that I picked a guy that his name may not be instantly recognizable, at least not in maybe not in like the general population, I would say. I mean, of course, everybody who kind of watches our stuff may already know who this guy is because he's, you know, martial arts films and stuff like that. And so with my guy, I went with the guy. He's I mean, I guess I would say that he's still kind of up and coming, but I like this guy. I've seen him in really only 2 things, but one of the things he was in, his role wasn't that big, but this other one that he did, it was good. It was solid. So I think this would probably be a good vehicle for him to kind of be more front and center. So for Jerry Quan, I went with Yoshi Sudarso. He was in Paper Tigers, played the younger version of the main character in that movie. He was also in Blade of the 47 Ronin. Again, he didn't have a huge part in that movie. He was like really small, but he does appear in it, and he's a capable martial artist. So yeah, I think this would be a good vehicle for him to kind of like really showcase his talent and have more to do instead of, you know, just being.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just kind of like being like a little sporting character or something in the background, or just kind of being in flashbacks every now and then. So yeah, I went with Yoshi Sudarso.
Okay, I like it when, you know, you introducing myself to somebody new. I know of Paper Tigers. I've not actually seen it yet. 47 Ronin. I'm not actually seen that, and I know it's got one of my favorite actresses in it, Rinko Kikuchi. So I will probably check that out because it's in my watch list, and then I'll be more familiar with that choice. But yeah, sometimes it's good. You just need one good vehicle for an actor sometimes, and then it can elevate their status. And then you have a new possible hero for everybody to follow. So that is cool. I like it. I like it. And now we get to hear Gareth's Jerry Qual. Now I know Gareth is a massive, massive Jackie Chan fan, so I know you're going to put a lot of thought into this. So take it away, Gareth.
Yeah, it's all on me now to deliver this one. And every actor I thought because when I cast Nancy, he has to be around the same age. I didn't like the age difference much, and I thought, oh, remember this actor? Too old. Remember this actor? Too old. Like all the actors I had initially in my head, they're all my age, late 30s. I'm like, how can you be? You don't look it.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit out of touch with like modern Hong Kong actors and actresses. I'm really out of touch. And then it was just staring me at face the entire time. And I thought, it can only be one person. I've gone through everyone. There's no one that really stands out. And like, he's got to somewhat meet Jackie's level at that age, at mid-20s. He's already made his name. And he's trying to break through in America. And I'm like, I can't think of anyone. So I'm banking my money on the new sensation that's about to break out. And his film hasn't come out yet. And it might seem a bit of a repeat of what's coming out, what I've done here, but I'm playing it safe. And he looks like he's got a bit of charisma about him. He looks like he's got a bright future ahead of him. And he's going to be with Jackie Chan later this month in the Karate Kid Legends. And it's Ben Wang. He has to be him. He's got the boyish good charm. He's got some athletic ability about him. He's untested at the moment. But I'm hoping he's going to deliver in that film because when I cast in Nancy, them two would go together amazingly, around the same age. Like Jackie and Kristen in Battle Creek Brawl, that was quite a good thing for Jackie at that time. There weren't really many white and Asian couples on screen, and to see Jackie snap her brow with his teeth, that's completely not. That's not in his moveset. That's quite good, and I don't know how they're going to portray.
To be fair, I think
this movie, but I hope Ben Wang is going to be the next big star. And it wrapped my brains. And I thought every actor I had in my mind, what you're too old, you're great for fighting, you tick all it, but you don't tick that young up and coming or that new young established star. And I thought, no, it's got to be Ben Wang.
Excellent.
It's got to be him. He's my Jerry Kwan.
Have you seen him in anything yet?
No, I think in this his first film.
No,
I've never heard of him before.
He was in a TV show on. So it's actually, it might be his first film, but
I think
he was on Disney Plus. What was it called? Disney Plus, American Born Chinese.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah, he was in that.
Daniel Wu.
Yeah, I haven't watched that show, but I've been meaning to. I just haven't gotten around to it. But yeah, he was in that show. I do think I do think Karate Kid Legends might be like his first major leading role. So he definitely still has quite a future ahead.
Yeah, I didn't reach out. I didn't research him. I thought, oh, Ben Wang, the new kid or whatever, and I just want to see him for the first time properly with it. And if he's done out before, if he does well in this, I'll go find whatever else he's been in.
Yeah, excellent. I mean, he's really good in American Born Chinese, actually. He does have some action, especially towards the latter end of the series. And, being in there with Daniel Wu, which is quite good. We all like Daniel Wu and Michelle Yeoh. She's in that as well. So, I think, like you say, he's got a career ahead of him as old Ben Wang. And, what a good choice. I think somebody might have mentioned that in the comments on the Instagram as well. I'm not sure who. I'm sure somebody mentioned it.
Might have been Paul.
Yeah, I think it could have been. Yeah, and on the same wavelength. Yeah. So that was really good, actually. I think there's some really good choices. I think you two really delivered really well on that. my favorite pick of my own, I think, was my old man Asante. But yeah, you guys killed it with some of those picks. Yeah, absolutely, some really good ones. As Gareth is here with us for the first time, I'd like to ask everybody to follow Gareth's channel. Could you want to tell everybody a little bit about your channel, Gareth, so they can latch on and hopefully cross over?
So I do a YouTube channel as well. I show off all my Jackie Chan collection. I do regular monthly unboxings of what I collect. I've already got something down there ready to go, and I've got stuff on way. And I'm waiting to win a bid this afternoon after some Norwegian VHS tapes. So hopefully I win them,
Nice.
and they'll be upcoming. And I just show off what I buy, what I collect. Any of the 88 film stuff that come in, I unbox them. I'm going to start doing like big collection sets, what I've collected, like particular title. Like we've had Dragon Fist, Miracles has just come out. So I want to try and do a big showcase showing off a particular title and everything I've got in my list, like VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, posters, standees, or what other bits of memorabilia I've got. So but now that's how it's going to be. I did have other intentions for the channel, but it's not come to fruition yet. But that's where I'll be on YouTube, Yorkshire Pudding Collects, and then Instagram at G Straits. You'll just find whatever I put on video will end up on there, and I show off my cats and my junk food addiction and all.
Yeah, I'm all for the cats. We have a cat as well. My girl just been fed, so that's why she's not bothering me today.
Oh, my two are outside. My two are outside.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, anybody can see just looking behind Gareth, he has an amazing Jackie Chan collection, and it's wonderful to see. My fingers are in too many different pies and always have been. That's my problem. I've never niched down enough into anything because I'm always like, oh, I like this, I like this, I like this, and I'm all over the place. But I have fun doing that. But I was very much the same when I was like younger. Everything was Jackie Chan. That's how I got mainly pulled into it. I think my brother started me off on like Bruce Lee, and I watched Monkey Magic, and I watched Kung Fu and Water Margin and all these things. And Chuck Norris was like massive for me when I was a kid. I watched all the Chuck Norris films, and then it just develops from there, doesn't it? Like I know a lot of the newer channels these days are all solely focused on the Kung Fu movies, which is great because there's a massive audience for that. I'd say that's probably the biggest audience when it comes to Asian cinema. But I kind of stopped that at a certain age because I'd done so much of it year after year after year after year. And then I thought, well, what else is there? And then that's when I started branching off to like Heroic Bloodshed, Category 3, Wuxia, just the dramas, whatever I could get my hands on. And then it's been a never-ending path. And I'm like, you know what? If you can avoid going down all these dirty little avenues that we have, maybe it might be a good thing for you. But it depends on your own tolerances and what you like and what you want to do. But I would say to everybody out there, if you're not in it yet, we have a group on Facebook, the Asian Cinema Circle. Put in a request for the rules. You'll be accepted. And, you talk to anybody here. Talk to Gareth, talk to Caleb, talk to any of the channels, and everybody responds. Everybody's really, really nice. Makes you feel welcome, as long as you're not prat and putting down nasty comments, because that gets you eject straight away. We're not having any of that. But I've got to say, it's a pretty good grouping, though, isn't it, guys? Everybody's
everyone's down. I don't really think I've had any bad experience with anyone on any groups, really. Everyone seems to be sound.
Yeah, you've got to give a shout out as well to the OG group, Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. Fantastic group.
Yeah.
Podcast on Fire, they got a good group as well. So there's a lot of good groups out there, and there's a lot of good channels. And in the ACC, you find all the guys hanging there, and it's kind of cool. Caleb, if anybody has just joined us at Recasting the Classics 3, please give them a rundown of your channel, and don't forget to tell them about your excellent podcast, which I know is dormant, but I still like to mention it.
I'm the host of Caleb's Come Through Cinema. It was originally a podcast that I started almost 5 years ago, but the podcast has been retired for a little over a year now. But I'm still very active in the community. I still make videos. I basically just kind of transition from podcast to just strictly YouTube. And on YouTube, I do movie reviews, I do unboxings, and I have discussions with guys like Leon and Jason and Fanatical Dragon. Shout out to him, as well as Sid from Cool Movie Graham and Andrew Amplet Reviews. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I've got an Instagram and a Facebook page, everything, so you guys can check that out as well. I'm also on Letterboxd if anybody wants to see my horrible takes on movies. so yeah.
Not at all. You do yourself a disservice there, Caleb. You always have something great to say, and I enjoy watching it because you've got like buckets of enthusiasm. Where I feel like I get a bit stagnant these days sometimes, unless you hit me with something new, which is kind of why I leave like a lot of the other stuff, because I know there's good coverage of it. I'm really chuffed watching you, watching, like you say, Andrew Ampler. Shout out to Huss, because he's introduced me to a lot of new stuff at Touch of Film. I don't know if you know that one, Gareth, but
No.
he's really expanded what I look at a ton. And then as we mentioned, some of the guys, we can't forget like Martial Art Film Freak in there as well. Flip Otaku, who hasn't done anything for a while, but go and look at his back catalogue, because Flip did some really good stuff as well. And he did do a podcast at one time with Food for Thought, which was Talking Swords, which I wish they did that a little longer. That was quite a good one. And Sean, we all love Sean as well at Food for Thought. I mean, he's got such a good back catalogue, hasn't he? And yeah, all these guys, they're all fantastic. And I can't stress enough, go and have a look in the ACC playlist, find all the different guys, go and subscribe to them all, because if you love this cinema, you love these genres, then you're going to find something that's a match for you. It might not necessarily be my channel, it might not be Caleb's, it might be Johnny's, it might be Will's, it might be Gareth's, it could be somebody else's altogether. But give them all a try, and I think you'll definitely find something you like. Right, so before we sign off today, Gareth, I just want to throw one more question at you.
Well,
obviously you've seen the first two episodes of this, and what was the motivation for you to pick out Battle Creek Brawl for episode 3?
I thought it'd be just a good. It's a good film. I just thought you were doing tournament stuff, and I thought, well, there's not really much of a film like it that gets remade, and it just popped to me. I thought Battle Creek Brawl would be a great film to remake nowadays. It's a fun film. It's just it don't have to be all spectacular. You can even put it on Netflix streaming. It can turn up, next year if they made it. It's a fun film. Yeah, it's just ace.
Yeah.
It's also my very first Jackie Chan film I ever watched at 3-year-old.
Was it? Oh, right, bloody hell, that's cool.
Yeah,
it's funny. And Enter Dragon was my first, I think, Hong Kong film, and I was about 4 when I saw that. Crazy.
Yeah,
but no, I do agree. It is a good pick, and for me, I like it because I like it when we pick a film that I feel can be improved upon.
Yeah, you can remake it in this generation, and it can still be good. It can still be good fun. You can modernize it. And it don't have to be like for 1930s replica. You can just set it in modern day, and like the whole wrestling thing. Wrestling's massive nowadays. Again, still you could. I've always wanted to see pro wrestling versus kung fu. No one really does it.
Really, really good. Like, yeah, it would be nice to see a modern spin on it. And because we even thought Bloodsport, didn't we, Caleb? As much as we love that, we thought, I think sometimes with the older films, we loved them so much, and we got this like strong nostalgia for them. And at the time, you watch it and you fall in love with the concept and the idea as much as you do the film. And so sometimes, I know there's a lot of people that rally against remakes, but we've had a lot of good remakes. Have a look at some of the remakes that we've had out there. Things like I know I'm going to get shot down for this, but I don't care. I really enjoyed it. Death Wish had a remake with Bruce Willis.
Brilliant. With Kevin Bacon.
It's really good.
That's awesome. That is amazing.
Isn't it just?
That's nearly 20-year-old, that.
I know. There's so many. Okay, people that don't think remakes are that great. The Thing.
Oh,
The Thing's a remake. Kurt Russell. Absolutely. Yeah. So there is room in the world for remakes. And I think that's what makes recasting the classics fun. So if any of you guys out there have got a film, doesn't have to be a tournament film, but a film that you think could be remade and you get excited talking about it or thinking about it, you know, and you mention it to your friends, mention it to whoever, let us know. If there's something that you think we should do, pop it down in the comments and we'll give it some consideration. If anybody puts down Kerber's the movie, that's it. We will not speak to you again. And Caleb's also requested no Sex and Zen remake because, yeah. I mean, I could probably do that because I'm, you know, it's me. But
I haven't even seen that. I'm honestly not interested.
No, not your cup of tea, is it, Caleb? But I don't blame you on that. But me, I've got Amy Ear Pies. But yeah, anyway, before we sign off, I'm going to hand it over to you two guys just to say whatever you want to say before we go. Caleb, any last words before we sign off?
No, just subscribe and check out everything we're all doing. Me, not just me, but Leon, Gareth, of course, Jason, everybody else out there. Throw some more movies out there for us to kind of put a new cast list together and everything. Because I found that I do like doing these. I do like doing these discussions. It's a lot of fun to kind of it's like put some thought into and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay, Gareth.
Yeah, thanks for having us. I really appreciate you getting in contact with us a while ago, and those chats led to, you did then Recast the Brilliant, and that's when I went, I think Battle Creek Brawl would be a great thing to do, and a few months ago, we're led to here now, and you asked Caleb, can you join in? Yep, buzzing, sound. This been really good fun, this. I've really enjoyed this.
So much.
Yeah, I really appreciate it to you both. I've enjoyed this.
Thank you. We've really enjoyed having you. It's been so nice to have somebody come to us with an idea for a change because we were scratching our head, weren't we? So it was like a godsend when you came up with a title.
Yeah, I normally sit down bored and think, if I think of it, I've got to get it out of my head or I'll forget. And I thought, you know, it'll be a good film, boom. And that's why I just text you it and went, what do you think to that? And you went, yeah. And again, I think it just makes sense to remake it, the pro wrestling kung fu. I'd love to see that completely.
Absolutely.
There is some wrestling moves that get put in action films now. You'll see it now. There's a few power bombs and a few spine busters, some Samoan drops that he's getting infused into it. But I'd love to see that complete clash of kung fu versus wrestling. I'd love to see that, and I hope some action choreographer might watch this and think it might be onto something there. They've tried it with wrestling, but it comes across as, you know, more comedy, and it don't work. And some people have tried it, but I hope someone can think of, you know what, that might the right director, right choreographer with the right talent could really turn Battle Creek Brawl into a kung fu versus wrestling sort of escapade, and I think it'd be a really fun remake to do.
Excellent. Okay, so that is all for episode 3 of Recasting the Classics with Caleb and Leon and Gareth. So thank you everybody for watching. I hope you have as much fun watching this as we did doing it. Personally, you know, even if we got a handful of views, I'd be happy because I just love doing these. But if you do have a friend that you think might enjoy these, please send them our way. And don't forget, go subscribe to Gareth's channel and go and subscribe to Caleb's channel. And go and invite yourself in the Asian Cinema Circle. And we will all catch you guys on the next one. Say bye, guys.
See you there.
Later.